Hello everyone, happy Wednesday, welcome to another update. This is called a minor update, but it's actually pretty major. So we're going to go through the update notes, take a look, and see what this update has for us because it actually brings a whole new element to the game. So what do we have? We have the trailer cargo missions update. And what this gives us is a brand new set of trailer-based missions. So you can see even in this photo here, we have a really cool logging truck picking up some logs. And it says, today's update introduces new trailer-based cargo missions as part of our ongoing mission to improve mission content. That's a bit of a tongue twister. In Stormworks, we are expanding the cargo missions systems to include a series of new types of cargo and locations. Load and transport logs with your own logging truck, or take heavy good vehicles to transport trailers between farms, terminals, sawmills, and other locations. So here we could actually see a massive, looks like a silo, and we see a truck here moving some type of machines, or it looks like wood actually. After many player requests, we have increased the Lua character limit. They've doubled it to over 8,000 in this update. We have made several quality improvements and fixes. See the notes below. And we are breaking for winter, so the next update is on the 15th of January. It's going to be a great update with an interesting new component. Okay, a little foreshadowing, very interesting for us. To be honest, I'm hoping it's one of those things that they mentioned in the video where we had the question and answer, maybe the tracks, maybe something else, but regardless, really cool. And you could see the photos here. This looks like a farm with almost like a livestock trailer. So down here, they've added sawmill and farm locations on Mayer and Sawyer Isles. That's super cool. We'll take a look at those. Trailer cargo missions. Okay. Then they've added this. They've doubled the microcontroller Lua script. 3x3 wheels are no longer requires research and increased reliability of hospital. So this is super interesting. Now this does bring one downside to my whole world. It is the fact that my trucks are not compatible with SIBTAT. So SIBTAT, if you don't know, is a system of standardizing pretty much load vehicle trailers and such. So this beautiful truck here, that's actually on the workshop right now. Front page, it's, as it so happens, the Mac R series made by Butthall. This vehicle is gorgeous and it has the compatibility with SIBTAT. What does that look like in the game? Well, it's a microcontroller that pretty much allows, brake lights and such, as well as blinkers. So if you end up driving your truck, you can actually have the blinker turn on whether you're turning left or right, stuff like that. So if you watched my video where I made my HGS system, I intentionally didn't use SIBTAT because I didn't want the blinkers always turning on. I didn't want a couple of these things. But you know what? It's time that I have to adapt. So this is a beautiful build, and you could see this trailer now we just picked up from this location. As you could see, we kind of drove off with the trailer and already a new trailer filled its spot. So we have trailers here, and take a look at this sawmill. So you can see it's a small operation. We got some plywood and such, but overall it gives us the ability to join and come to this location. So this is right here, the Packard sawmill, located right here on the map, as you can see. But we have some others. So over here we have Harrison Forestry. If we go to this location, you could see that in addition to our present here, we have logs. Now each one of these logs is destined for a location. So in this case, the Packard sawmill, you could see they're all kind of heading to that location. So what we can do, first of all, build a helicopter to pick these things up, or build a logging truck, our own logging truck with trailer that'll come and scoop them up. Now, if you watched my video about logging and logging industry, this is pretty close. It's kind of getting there, to be honest. I'm quite happy to say that adding this element to the game, short of cutting down the physical trees and getting these things, but the fact that we have them just removes the cutting portion. So then we transport them to the sawmill. You could see it's kind of close, so it's not so much. It's $1,000 to bring it from this location, just kind of down the path. But that's not all. We do have other locations that were added and trailers. So in this case, we have a coal quarry, And in this coal quarry, you could see we got trailers as well. So over here we have some trailers. You could see the design a little simplistic, not quite like my Alta trailers, but still, nonetheless, it gives us a new type of mission and something to do in the game. So that's right here. Then over here we have another logging camp which just gives us some logs. So if you spawn yourself there, you could see there are the logs. So it gives you pretty much just logs. There's nothing else. It's not really a logging camp. It is on the description as a logging camp, but it's just literal logs sitting there that you move. Over here though, we have something called Green Farm, which is a new location. And if we spawn ourselves there, it looks like this. So this is that silo location that I saw from the photo. You can see here we have what looks like hay bales on these trailers. And we have another beautiful location added to us in the game. So that is here. Presumably there are also deliveries that can be placed to this location. And if you go to the trailer, you kind of hover over it. So this is going to Komodo. Over here, Sawyer. So different prices for different things. So it kind of gives us not just ISO container style transport, but actual missions to move logs or trailer based cargo. One thing I was curious is whether the locations such as the North Harbor and stuff also have trailers for delivery, and indeed they do. You could see them right here. So these also have trailers. So in addition to having the containers that these ports now have, we also have trailers, which is interesting because now making kind of a container ferry boat to actually plop the trailers onto may also still be a possibility. Here on South Sawyer, we have a parking lot that has trailers parked as well. So in addition to this massive landmass, which I'm not sure if was here before, I don't think so, we got trailers. So it did add a decent amount of things to the map, and you do have to start a new game to get these. So you can't actually just get them by going to your old game. You have to spawn a new map location, and then you can end up with these places. We also get trailers on the Arid Island. I just don't know which locations exist. So let's see. Here it says take it to the aluminum quarry. Over here, the aluminium quarry. So these ones seem to be going to the quarry. Oh, here's the livestock kind of trailer. Oh, livestock. FJW parking lot. So in this case, going to the parking lot. So maybe this one doesn't have new locations. We have an iron quarry. So you kind of have to scope the map and see where things are going. But in general, they've now added some elements of transportation and road travel throughout the map, the game, pretty much. Alright, at the kept-in aluminum terminal, we have more trailers. So it seems that pretty much all locations of the game have been incorporated with these trailers, giving us that much more reason to road travel around the place. Keep in mind, it doesn't seem that every place has them. There are possibly airfields and things that do not, as I could see here by spawning, but there are a good amount that do. So that still does give us that amount of cargo transfer, especially here. Maybe there's no kind of industry, but if we went to the gold separator, nope, not here as well. So that gives us an idea. There are places that have them and places that do not. Now for the final test, what happens if you want to use one of my trusty trucks for transporting these trailers? Let's see what happens. My first time trying out, I've never attached my trucks to one of these trailers, so it seems that while you do have some compatibility, pressing the brake turns on the blinker, which is unfortunate and interesting. It also seems that these trailers are much higher riding than my versions. So, guess in retrospect, maybe I should have followed the Sibtat, but I did enjoy making my own standard, and I may still make, or rather, I will make a proper transfer of power from getting these trucks into getting them SimTat compatible. And I may show that in another video. For now, it seems you still could tow them, which is definitely good, but I'm thinking your braking would suffer because you're not turning on the brakes for the trailers. As far as visuals are concerned, I don't have much interest, I'd say, in raising my trucks. Unfortunately, it seems that it's kind of stuck with it. But, and also all my trailers are that way too, so if I started to move this up, I'd have to also change all of my trailers, which is a tad unfortunate. I'll see. I'll look into it. I'll see the comments. Let me know what you guys think, because ultimately I love my creations and I don't want them to become superseded and outdated and forgotten pretty much just because there is a new system. Now, I do like the width of my trucks. I'm not going to change the width. I know generally people make them a little wider, but I do like the size. I just think that maximum compatibility to allow proper transfer of these goods across the maps would definitely help. So, thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this update, whether you're going to use it or not. And as always, happy Stormworksing. See you next time. A lot of creations coming your way, videos, all kinds of good stuff. Take care. And Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season.